Squad, right here we're playing Soda Dungeon. This is a loud-ass game. It is the booming age of courageous adventurers in dungeons bursting with riches. Sadly, you happen to be a coward without a penny to your name, which makes raiding the nearby dungeon somewhat of a challenge. Sitting at a local soda tavern, you wonder if there could be a solution. It's spooky Halloween season, guys. It's October. Oh, there's one night in the tavern anybody here doesn't have a
And I'm playing Cozy Bro.
For the love of God. Alright. We're gonna... Oh, wait, you can change the volume. Wait, hang on. Oh,
Yeah,
you can... Okay. This game's so loud. Okay, now it's quiet. This guy is really pumped up. He's in the mood for a fight. You follow him into the dungeon. Liquidate in the armory allows you to keep the max equipable quantity for each item and sell the rest. Okay. Guys, welcome to Let's Play Soda Dungeon. This is a somewhat of a cookie clicker slash idle slash gacha game, but it is also an RPG. When it is your character's turn, use the icons at the top to select a skill. Right now, you only have a basic strike. And we have to, of course, you know, just click that mouse.
Click that mouse.
Click that mouse! Anyway, we were talking about Castlevania Nocturne. I think the first season is rushed. I think it is rushed predominantly because it's... I think it introduces a lot of characters in a short amount of time, and like a huge, it introduces two things, and it tries to sell us on two things, right? And it tries to sell us... I think I'm gonna die. It tries to sell us on... Yeah. Oh my god, what am I doing? I don't want to die. I have a wife and kids. I.e. Your party has been wiped out, but your fighter left all his loot behind. Grab it and head back to the tavern. Nice. 13 gold. It seems an opportunity has presented itself. Maybe you should try again. Can I go to the tavern and hire another dude? Soda Junkie has joined your party. Sometimes these crazies bring an item or two along with them. Check your equipment in the party screen or head back to the dungeon. Alright. Yeah. I think what made the first season... So, the story of Nocturne is so much more different from the original one. Because we don't have a main character who's like an adult, we have a main character who's kind of a teen. And he is... And that's trying to sell us on, I think, a multitude of things, and I don't know if they totally sold us on the multitude of things within the time allotted. Because, like, a lot of things were multifaceted. Because on the one hand, you know, you have to see, okay, Juiced is an old guy who's a hermit, who's like the sort of jerk with a heart of gold trope.
I love him!
And of course, that sold you. Yeah, and I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with it myself. But it's crazy. Oh wait, Soda Junkie is on your party. Auto equip the best. Yes. Was auto equip? Yes, do that.
What I would have liked, like it was fast, but it was also so slow in terms of character development. They gave 3 characters character development, and none of it was Richter. None of it went to Richter at all. Like, I'm totally fine with, okay, we saw Trevor as an adult in his 20s to 30s. Because I don't remember how old he is when we first meet him. And so I was like, okay, so if we're getting a younger character who is like 18, 19, okay, he's going to be brash, he's going to be reckless, you know, he's going to be a bit more rebellious in that aspect. And he didn't have a personality. Like, the one thing that was his personality is that his mom was killed by a vampire, and that he lost his magic power. And I'm like, you're not selling me on Richter. You're not, because he's supposed to be useful, and I'm not being sold on him as a character. I mean, and you know, and it's fine, whatever. I like Juste because they gave him more character. They gave him like more character development in 2 episodes than they gave like most of the characters, and I actually felt for him. Like, he introduced the story, he talked about things. Like, I could actually see he was hurt by the fact that his daughter didn't think highly of him. Like, he was hurt that his daughter was incredibly mean and, like, dismissive of, like, conducive whatsoever, in terms of a character arc. And then,
I do
and
think
I'm
they
gonna be
almost kind of
honest-
knew that the season was moving a little fast, because it seemed like they were a little self-aware about it. Because, like, I remember, like, when Olrox gives him the book, he's all like, just take the fucking book. Like, we have to move this
Yeah,
along.
he's like, please take
And then,
the
like, when, the fact that, like, Jacques and that other guy end up getting turned into night creatures early on, I'm like, we don't really, I don't, you know, like, that was definitely like, oh, we really don't feel for these guys because we haven't had enough time with them, so are they really gonna kill them off right on the spot? And they don't. They
Yeah.
they have them be these night creatures that actually have a bit of a will. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So they knew that they kind of turned them into night creatures a little too soon.
Yeah, I felt like with the night creatures, it was a lot more interesting because, you know, you watch 4 seasons of Castlevania and you're like, oh, they're just mindless horrors. And so this season the sequel definitely shows the fact that they can remember. Like, they can know who they are. They're just, like, at the will of their creator. A lot of them don't. And that's why they are so mindless when we first meet them. And so it was interesting to see that actually there's a difference. I'm going to be honest, the minute I heard Alucard was going to be in this show, I just stopped caring about most characters. Because I was just, oh, Alucard's coming. It's fine. Just wait for him. He'll be okay. And I feel like if your season is so bad that, like, you are hoping Alucard saves it, you need to look at your season. Because Alucard was Alucard, Juste, Dorota, and Orlox, and Elizabeth were the best parts about the season. Like,
And Olrox? Yeah,
You're
Olrox, yeah.
yeah, Orlox was like Orlox, Dorota, Elizabeth, and Juste were so amazing, and I had to deal with everyone else.
Yeah.
It was.
It seems like, too, to a certain degree, that, like, I don't know. It seems like, see, because in the first season of Castlevania, I don't know, like, oh, here's something that's kind of weird. Some bits of the show, it did feel like they assumed, like, you already knew, like, Castlevania, the universe of Castlevania already.
Yeah.
In a way where they felt like they didn't have to, like, revisit previously explored things. But then it just kind of made things feel a little rushed because, like, we never actually get to see that priest actually be the Hellforge master that they're talking about. Whereas in Castlevania Season 1, we see Isaac do that. And so I was wondering, I'm like, when are we ever going to see this guy? And I mean, technically we do see, like, night creatures get made in this lab. But, like, Isaac full-on had, like, a hammer and shit. Like, so, yeah.
Well, and the thing too is like we saw like one part of it, in terms of the forging stuff. Like, we didn't get to see truly the process. Not really.
Yeah.
And so it was one of those things to me where it was very. It was just like, it was rushed, and like also the thing I didn't care for as well was so much of the characters, like with the Caribbean priestess, forget what her name is, but her angst was, I think, well deserved, obviously, but like at the same time, all the characters were so angry. They were so, like, angry at each other, and they were not. And I don't like Maria. I don't know why she was there. She, like, literally makes me so mad. Because all she did was, like, she was getting kidnapped constantly. And I'm like, why are you here? What are you doing?
Who's that again?
She's the priestess daughter. She's the
Oh,
one
but
that
she had
her
the
mom-
animal. She had the animal powers.
Yeah, actually, she was irritating.